What's up with the Zay It Again family, man? I just want to apologize for the long wait between these episodes, man. But as we head into these NBA playoffs, we got the opening week of baseball, and then we got the NFL free agency and the combine, and then March Madness. Man, we have a lot to talk about today. But before we jump into anything, man, I want to pay my respects to Kyron Lacey. It's a very unfortunate situation for everybody involved, man. I just want to say, just always make sure you checking on your loved ones, cause it can happen at any moment. But man, pay my respects to him. But as always, I want to thank you for checking out my podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. So the first thing we're gonna talk about, man, we're gonna talk about that NFL free agency. It has been a lot going on, and there are some winners of free agency, and there are definitely some losers. But we're gonna talk about the biggest moves on this episode. If I talk about every move, we'll be here all day. But the first team I want to talk about is the Washington Commanders. I'm going to have to give their offseason an A plus plus. They traded for two huge pieces, being Debo Samuel and Larry Larry can't say his name right now. Laramie Tunzel from the Houston Texans. And they also went out and signed guys to help their pass rush in that corner problem. So I can't believe that they were able to trade for those two pieces and add them to an already explosive offense. So I think next year is going to be even deadlier, and I think they're going to have the best offense. I'm not going to lie. But the next team we're going to talk about, man, is the Steelers. They actually made some decent moves this year. They picked up Darius Slade, and then they got DK Metcalf. Now, the only problem that they have is they got to figure out that QB problem. They're looking to fill it in the draft, but I don't know who they're going to get that late. People are thinking Shadur is going to drop, but I doubt it. We're going to see what they do. And then we got the Seahawks, man. They ended up trading Geno to the Raiders, which is crazy. And then they also brought in Sam Darnold to already take over a stagnant offense. I think they must have watched last season with their eyes closed because I don't like this move at all. I really just don't like Sam Darnold. He's not a NFL starting QB to me. I feel like he'll be a very good backup. Like if somebody gets hurt, you bring him in, he's gonna win a couple games. But for him to take over your franchise for the next 3 years, I believe they signed him to, is gonna be crazy. Now the Jets, they bring in Justin Fields to take over after the Rodgers era. I feel like it's a decent move. You know, I wonder how he's going to look under that Aaron Glenn offense. Hopefully he does good because, you know, he's been on a roller coaster ever since he hit the league. Now the Giants, they hit everybody with a curveball because everybody expected them to get a QB early in the draft. But they picked up not one, but two QBs in free agency. They picked up Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. So now it's first, who are you going to start? And second, what are you going to do with that pick in the draft? Because, you know, they have a high draft pick. The Patriots also made some noise in this free agency, man. They ended up bringing in Stephon Diggs and Carlton Davis. I wonder how these two are going to look in New England. I'm excited to see how they fit into that system. And then New England also having a high draft pick. You know, who are they going to draft? Who are they going to bring in to help those two? And the Rams, man, they shocked everybody. They ended up releasing Cooper Kupp, which is crazy but not crazy at the same time. But they bring in somebody 10 times better, man. They ended up getting Devontae Adams. And everybody knows Stafford loves his receiver ones. So Adams is going to be high on that fantasy block next year. I will be trying to get him. Now the Raiders, they ended up bringing in Geno Smith, you know, traded for him from the Seahawks. I don't think that's going to help them at all because I just don't think Geno is any good. But the one good thing they did, they extended Max Crosby, so that's great, I guess. Now the Texans, they just got even scarier in that secondary. They ended up bringing in C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now, if you ask me, I think that secondary is going to be very elite, very elite. They ended up getting rid of Tunzel on offense, but they ain't gonna score no points. But man, that defense, they ain't gonna let up no points either. And now they got Gardner Johnson. They ended up just extending Stingley. Now they have the highest paid corner in football. He's on a 3-year, $90 million deal, which is insane. But he deserves it, man. He's been balling out since he came into the league. The Lions, they ended up bringing in a sleeper corner with this offseason, man. They ended up getting DJ Reed. I actually love that pickup for them, and I feel like he's going to fit very well in that system. I don't know how they're going to look with a new DC, but if they keep it together, I feel like he's going to flourish over there. The Broncos, if you ask me, they made some decent moves as well, man. They ended up getting the safety Hufunga, and they also got the linebacker Drake Greenlaw. I feel like that's two big pieces of the defense that they can use help on. So I'm excited to see how they look over there. Then they also end up getting Evan Ingram, give Bo Nix a little bit of help. So I like it. I feel like they're going to help them win games. Now, Myles Garrett, we're going to talk about him. He ended up coming out saying he wanted a trade. He said he wanted to go somewhere that he can win. He said he wants a Super Bowl. But, man, Cleveland, they said, you know what, Myles? We got you 4 years, $40 million. He said, forget winning, and he signed that deal. I ain't mad at him. Go get that bag, player. And now the Bengals, they ain't. The Bengals, they ended up dropping a bag on T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Both of their deals combined are $276 million over 4 years, which is insane for two players. And that's not even counting Burrow's contract. All I got to say is the Bengals, man, they going to have me playing defense. Now, the biggest losers of this offseason, sadly, my Green Bay Packers, horrific moves. We signed guard Aaron Banks from the Niners for 4 years, $77 million. He's not that good. We signed Nate Hobbs to 4 years, $48 million. He's not that good. And then we ended up signing McCole Hardman to a 1-year deal. For this offseason, man, I'm going to have to give us an F-. If you ask me, they need to send us to the NCAA because these moves were horrific. All I know is we better draft good or I'm throwing in not even good. We need to draft amazing or I'm throwing in the towel, man. I'm gonna have to switch my fan card. But that's all for the free agency. And as you can see, man, it's going to be a crazy season next year. I can't wait. It'll be here before we know it. We got the draft coming up soon, man. I'm going to make sure I get a mock draft out before we get one. Now we're going to go ahead and look at the NFL Combine, man. It's not really a whole lot to talk about there. But me personally, I really just love the scouting process that the college prospects go through, man. I just love seeing guys go to the Combine, compete, earning an NFL contract. It's just something I like to see. Now, one guy that really impressed me at the Combine was Matthew Golden, man. To me, he was always a great route runner. I never seen him as just the fastest Tyreek Hill type of guy, man. He went out there and ran a 4.29 40. I said, we need him. Green Bay, we need him. But he basically solidified himself as a top 15 pick. Now, I had no idea he was that fast. So I'm happy for him, man. I wonder what he's going to do in the league. Another guy that was absolutely stunning was Dante Thornton from Tennessee. 6'4" with a huge frame. Man, he went out there and ran a 4.3. Teams are going to go crazy over him just with that height. Because you can't teach speed and you can't teach height. So he's going to end up going somewhere second round. I got him going high second round. And then another 40 that impressed me, man, was Brashad Smith, the running back from SMU. He ran a 4.39, and he was top 3 in the running back group. So I really got high hopes for that kid. I hope he does good in the league. And, coming from SMU, so of course I'm rooting for him. And lastly, man, we got that safety from South Carolina, Nick Warrior. I don't even know how to say his name. I apologize, but man, he stood out among the safeties, man. He ran a 4.38. And he caught a lot of eyes with his combine performance. Just all the drills going hard, giving 100%, competing. So he definitely moved himself up into a high second round pick. I'm late first at best, but high second round pick. But pretty much at this combine, man, a bunch of guys, they had impressive performances. A lot of them stood out, man. I think this is going to be one of the best draft classes we had in a while. But two guys I got to give L's to, man. Blue from Texas, the running back, and Isaiah Bond. They came out talking like they were going to break the record. They was going to do this, that, and the third. And they just didn't. They didn't do anything at all during that 4. Now they're good player. Well, Blue is a good player. Bond is decent. But what Bond is going through right now, I ain't even going to talk about it. I doubt he get drafted after what he did. But now that that's over, man, we're going to go ahead and look at the NBA playoffs, and we're just going to talk about who I got coming out of the East and who I got coming out of the West and who I think is going to win it all. Now, it's been a very long basketball season, but, man, the playoffs are finally here. I'm pretty much just going to get my pick on each series. But as I'm recording this, I don't know who won the final play-in games between the Thunder. I mean, not Thunder. I'm sorry. Between the Heat and the Hawks and the Mavs and Grizzlies. But I'll just say who I got winning those. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start with the West. So we got the 1 seed Thunder versus the 8 seed Grizzlies. I think the Grizzlies are gonna beat the Mavs in the play-in game, but I got the Thunder winning this series with ease, 4-2. And then we're gonna have the 4 seed Nuggets versus the 5 seed Clippers. Now the Nuggets, I think they just dealing with a lot of turmoil right now. I don't think they're gonna be focused. So I got the Clippers winning this in 5. And plus, I do want to see Kawhi and James Harden make a deep run in the playoffs, man. I feel like that'll be good for basketball. Now, next, we got the 3 seed Lakers versus the 6 seed Timberwolves. I got the Lakers winning this one in 7. I feel like that offense is just going to be too much for Minnesota, and they're not going to be able to score as well. So I got the Lakers winning this one in 7. I think it's going to be close just off of the grit that Minnesota has, and I think that's the only thing that's going to keep them in it. But the last series for the first round on the West, man, we got my 2 seed Rockets versus the 7 seed Warriors. This is going to be the best series in the first round, East or West. And y'all might be upset at this. I don't care, man. I got my Rockets winning this one in 6. Say what you want to say, but we knocking out Steph Curry. Now in the 2nd seed, we're gonna have the 1 seed Thunder versus the 5 seed Clippers. Man, I don't want to sound crazy, man, but I think the Clippers gonna end up upsetting the Thunder, man. I got them upsetting them in 6 games. I think they're gonna move on to the Western Conference Finals. And then we're going to have the Lakers versus the Rockets. I've been saying it all season, man. I think the Rockets are just a bad matchup for the Lakers. So I got the Rockets winning this one in 7. You know, just off experience and that offense alone, the Lakers are going to be able to win a couple games. So I got this one going the distance, man, but I got the Rockets pulling this one off. And for my Western Conference matchup, man, my Western Conference Finals matchup, we got the Clippers versus the Rockets. That sounds kind of crazy. Might sound even a little biased, but I don't care. I got the Rockets winning this series in 6 and making it to the NBA Finals. Now to the East. We got the 1 seed Cavs versus the 8 seed Heat. I think the Heat are going to win that playoff game, that play-in game. So it's no question the Cavs are going to sweep them 4-0. It's going to be easy. And then we got the 4 seed Pacers versus the 5 seed Bucks. And we just found out probably like 3 days ago that Damian Lillard will be coming back. So I got the Bucks winning this one in 6. You know the Pacers always play them hard, so I got them going deep into the series. I got the Bucks winning in 6, especially with Dame. And then we got the 3 seed Knicks versus the 6 seed Pistons. Upset alert. I'm rocking with Cade Cunningham in the mob. Give me the Pistons in 7, man. They gonna win this series off all swag. And then we got the 2nd seed Celtics versus the 7 seed Magic. This is also going to be a sweep, man. Not even going to be close. And then in the 2nd round, we're going to have the Pistons versus the Cavs. Man, I got the Pistons giving Cavs trouble, man. But I think Cleveland, they're going to pull through and win this one in 6. And then we're going to have the Celtics and the Bucks, man. I don't think the Celtics going to have no problem at all. I think they're going to end up winning this one in 5. And then we're going to have a season-long anticipated Eastern Conference Finals matchup. The Cavs versus the Celtics. Now, I think the Cavs get them this year, man. I feel like they had enough of the Celtics. I feel like they're going to end up beating them in 7. And they're going to move on to the finals, which would be crazy because that means my finals matchup is the Rockets versus the Cavs. Make sure y'all save this episode. Now, I don't want to be that guy, man, but I got my Rockets winning this one in 7, and I think they're going to be the finals champs. It's a little bit of biasness in there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. Now, that's enough of the NBA. That's enough NBA for today. But the next episode, man, we're going to talk about the season awards and performances of the players in the playoffs. So next episode, we'll have more to talk about in the NBA. But now that that's done, we're going to go ahead and move on to the MLB. But the MLB is finally back, man, and my Rangers are absolutely dominating right now. Well, I ain't going to say dominating, but they tied for the best record in the AL right now at 12-7 with the Yankees. Now, our offense has been stagnant a little bit, but we finally got them bats moving, and right now we on fire. I'm definitely going to try to catch a game when we play the Dodgers, man. I'm going to try to vlog it on my Instagram because I got to see Shohei Ohtani in person, but enough of that, man. Now we're gonna go ahead and talk about them Atlanta Braves, man. They have got to be the most disappointed team in the MLB right now. They are second to last in the NL, and they have the lowest batting average as a team in the MLB. I don't know what's going on with them, but they need to figure it out ASAP, or the playoffs are going to be out their dreams soon. But one team that has been impressing me so far is the Padres. Man, they are on fire right now. They have the best record in the league, not even just the National League, in the MLB period at 15-5. But two more disappointing teams I gotta go ahead and talk about, man, are the Orioles and the Royals. They are both on the bottom half of the AL, and that just wasn't expected because these teams, they're actually good. They got a good rotation, so I don't know what's going on right now, but it's early in the season, so of course they're gonna pick it up. Now, right now, I'm gonna go ahead and get my way too early MVP prediction, and I gotta go ahead and give it to Tyler Soderstrom. He's crushing it right now, man. Crushing it. He's leading the league right now with 9 home runs, and he's having his way out there, man. Even though he's on the A, so he doesn't really get the media support that he deserves, but he's having a good season so far. And on the NL side, man, of course, as everybody says, Otani's gonna win it. He's just super amazing at the sport. He can do everything. It's nothing he can't do. Now, that's all we got for baseball today. But next episode, man, we're going to go a little bit more into detail. I'm going to give you, recaps over the series and game recaps and, players just who stood out over the week. And before anything, man, I almost forgot one of the most important months, March Madness. This is going to be a short segment, but I can't believe that Duke ended up losing to Houston in the Final Four. That game was insane, man. Duke had it in the bag. They were leading the game the whole time and ended up losing it in the last minute. Now, Houston, I got to give credit to them, man. They got grit. They said the game ain't over till it's over. So they ended up pulling it off, going to the Natty. That was great. That was a great game. But one tournament player I did want to talk about on this episode, man, is Walter Clayton Jr. I fell in love with his skills, the way he plays basketball. He put that Florida team on his back, and he led them to a Natty. Hopefully, I hope he can go to the league, to the right program, to the right scheme, and just stay there for a long time, man, because I really want to see that guy succeed, especially after finding out his story, man. He was a 5-star in football and a 0-star in basketball, and he decided to go to college and play basketball. So he gambled on himself, and it paid off, man. I wish him nothing but the best. Now, of course, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Before I get out of here with the March Madness, man, I had Alabama winning it all, Roll Tide, but we got absolutely crushed by Duke. So it is what it is. But that's all for March Madness. But before anything, I want to touch on our one last topic. The biggest dummy has to go to Tennessee's quarterback. Well, Tennessee's previous quarterback, Nico Amalavidia, whatever his name is. This guy is making $2 million NIL. Had a terrible season, and he had the nerve to tell Tennessee, "Hey, I want $4 million or I'm out." So Tennessee told him, "Oh, we good." So this guy, he ends up committing to UCLA in California, where the tax is insane, for a $1.5 million deal. NIL is ruining these kids, man. You are in the SEC. You have a starting spot. You're making $2 million, and you want to switch schools because you're asking for $4 million. Is the goal of college not to make it to the league, to where you can make $4 million a year times 10? What are we doing, man? I just got to give him the biggest dummy award, and I just want to salute Tennessee for not giving in, man. These kids, they got to realize, like, yeah, I believe y'all deserve to get paid, but at the end of the day, man, you a kid and you're going to college for free at that. Now, you deserve to get some money, but come on, bro. You're not $4 million worth, and we all know that. But that's all for the episode today, man. Sorry for the long wait between episodes. I'm going to get back on this week's schedule. Just want to say thank you for checking me out, and I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.